It's 8 a.m. and I get this special once every 2 years opportunity to start the meeting. This is the January 4th special formal organizational meeting. And we'll do a roll call. Alter.
Here.
Burgess.
Here.
Harmson.
Here.
Taylor.
Here.
Teague.
Here.
Thomas.
Here.
And Weiner.
Here.
And can we consider a motion to appoint the city clerk as a temporary chairperson?
So moved. Taylor. Second. Weiner.
Moved by Taylor, seconded by Weiner. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. And item 3 is nominations for office of mayor of the city of Iowa City.
I would nominate Bruce Teague as mayor.
Do we need a second for nominations? Yeah.
No.
We do not.
Okay. Any other nominations? Okay. And then I need a motion to close the nominations.
Move to close nominations.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, motion passes 7-0. And I guess we do need to do a formal vote for our one and only nominee, Bruce Teague, for mayor. And we'll do... Oh, would you like to say anything first, Bruce?
Well, absolutely. This is actually a great honor. I don't take it for granted. I really appreciate all of the counselors, and welcome to the new counselors. When I started in 2020, I didn't realize what the role of the mayor really entailed. And thanks to the support of the continued counselors and the previous 2 counselors, that really helped me along this path, and I really appreciate that. And as we move forward in the next 2 years, I realize that there is a lot of learning to be continued in this role as the leader of the city. And also in working with my colleagues, I want to make sure that you all feel that you have an open door anytime to come and have discussions with me, because I really believe that as a council, in order for us to work, being authentic and transparent is going to be the best way that we can work together. And I really appreciate the opportunity and look forward to the next 2 years.
Okay, with that, I'll ask for a roll call.
Burgess,
Yes.
Harmson,
Yes.
Taylor,
Yes.
Teague,
Yes.
Thomas,
Yes.
Weiner,
Yes.
Alter.
Yes.
Motion passes 7-0. Item number 4 is nominations for office of Mayor Pro Tem of the city of Iowa City.
I would like to nominate Megan Alter, please.
Any other nominations? Okay, could I get a motion to close nominations?
So moved, Thomas. Seconded, Teague.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 7-0. Megan, would you like to say anything?
Yes, please. I want to say thank you and how very much I am grateful and see the leadership and the role models that are already present, and the work that has been done in the past 2 years by all of you has been forged in fire, to use a cliche, but it is absolutely true. You have been tested and tried and have brought, each one of you has brought a unique skill set and yet a common approach in terms of trying to find the best answers for the city. And it is something that I have greatly appreciated over the past several years before the work of COVID and social justice protests and the ways in which council can work with these extreme and urgent situations. I applaud each and every one of you, and I'm grateful for the leadership that you have all shown. I am new to the role, new to council, but I'm not new to the work. I just want to say that. And that I have forged relationships myself over the past several years that I hope to continue leveraging. I hope to deepen them with you on council, with staff, as well as in the community. and that I will bring my best. And obviously, I will need help. I will ask for help. That's how we're going to be all stronger together. And I also ask for accountability. I will do the work. I will be open and communicative. I will listen. There's going to be a learning curve. I do recognize that. But I think that also what's happened in the past 2 years is that no matter what kind of onboarding or orientation there is, the work is going to be there and is going to call upon each and every one of us, as well as myself, and that there isn't necessarily training for that. So I will work with each and every one of you, and I appreciate this honor. I look forward to the next couple of years, and I greatly appreciate this show of confidence. Thank you.
Okay, and with that, could I get a roll call for Megan Alter as Mayor Pro Tem?
Harmson,
Yes.
Taylor,
Yes.
Teague,
Yes.
Thomas,
Yes.
Weiner,
Yes.
Alter,
Yes.
Burgess.
Yes.
Okay, motion passes 7-0. Item 5 is the mayor and mayor pro tem being sworn in.
Yeah, one at a time. Yeah, one at a time.
I, Bruce Teague, do solemnly swear
That I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Iowa,
and the Constitution of the State of Iowa,
and I will faithfully and impartially,
and I will faithfully and impartially,
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
of the office of mayor
of the office of mayor
in Iowa City, Johnson County, Iowa,
in Iowa City, Johnson County, Iowa,
as now or hereafter
as now or hereafter
required by law.
required by law.
I state your name. I, Megan Alter, do solemnly swear. That I will support the Constitution of the United States. That I will support the Constitution of the United States. And the Constitution of the State of Iowa. And the Constitution of the State of Iowa. And I will faithfully and impartially. To the best of my ability. To the best of my ability. Discharge the duties. Of the office of Mayor Pro Tem. Of the office of Mayor Pro Tem. In Iowa City, Johnson County, Iowa. In Iowa City, Johnson County, Iowa. As now or hereafter. As now or hereafter. Required by law. Required by law.
All right. Well, am I on? Okay. I just can't hear. All right. Well, thanks to the council and to everyone present today and to the city of Iowa City for, again, allowing me to be mayor. And we're going to continue with item number 6, which is consider a motion making 2-year city council appointments. So we have quite a few to go through. And I do want to say welcome to our newest council members and now Mayor Pro Tem. And this is your first meeting, 8 o'clock in the morning. Always fun. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through and just talk about each committee or commission that each one of us will be assigned to. So I'll go through one by one, and then we'll kind of see how it all pans out. So for the Rules Committee, which is number A, we need 2 individuals. Anyone want to be on that? Taylor was on there before.
I'm interested in staying on that.
Okay.
I would be interested in that committee.
Okay. Anyone else has interest? So we have Taylor and Harmson. All right. Emergency Management Commission. Thomas was on there before. Anyone have interest?
Well, I've served on that commission for 6 years now. It seems at this point I'll just continue to do so for the next 2 years.
Yeah. Any other interested parties? All right. So we have Thomas, and then the Metropolitan Planning Organization of Johnson County.
That's generally all of us except
I'll
you,
accept
right?
Yeah, so, yep, everyone except for the mayor it sits on that. Okay. And then Iowa City Coralville Visitors and Convention Bureau. So the mayor always sits on that one, unless there is something different. The law requires that the mayor sits on that one. All right. E is the Economic Development Committee. So only Thomas remains of the original 3.
I'd be interested in serving on that one.
I would
And-
as well. Or
And I, too, I think, we often, on these assignments, like to have some continuity, and we did lose Susan and Mazahir, so I'm happy to try to maintain that sense of continuity over issues.
Okay. We have 3 that have that are interested. Anyone else? All right, so it'll be Thomas, Burgess, and Alter. F is Metro Coalition of Cities, and then we have our city manager, Jeff Fruin, with me as an alternate, the mayor as an alternate. Are you all fine with that? Okay. G is Joint Emergency Communication Center Policy Board. So we had 2. Mims is no longer here, so Weiner.
Yeah, I would like to stay on, and just for your information, it now meets at 8 a.m.
All right. Who wants an early morning one?
I'd be interested in that.
Okay. All right. And then H is going to be the East Central Iowa Council of Governments. And then Weiner was on there before. And we need an alternate.
It's an interesting assignment. I'm not interested in doing it again, but it's
Okay.
When you do it for your year rotation, you get to know people from all around the county, from not just this county, but neighboring counties that make up the East Central Iowa Council of Governments.
Okay. Anyone interested?
I'd be interested in that one.
And they have not, I don't think they've been meeting in person I'm not sure if they will start meeting in person, but I've been sort of working on their visioning project, which is completely separate from that, and all but one of those meetings have been virtual.
Okay. Did I hear Burgess?
Yes, Mayor.
Okay. And then we need an alternate.
I would be happy to step up as alternate.
Okay. Great. Anyone else interested? Sounds like Burgess will be our representative appointee and Harmson will be alternate. We're on I, which is Seats Paratransit Advisory Committee. That was Burgess before.
And this committee hasn't met since maybe February of 2020, so I'm not sure what the current status is. But
We'll go ahead and get someone appointed, and then maybe we should follow up just to see the status of it. Are you interested in remaining?
I'm willing to, yeah.
Okay, and then we'll get an update. Anyone else interested? We'll go with Burgess for seats. And then J is UNESCO Board of Directors. Currently, Burgess is there. Anyone interested?
I'd be glad to continue or let someone else if they have interest. I would note we meet at 10 a.m. on that fourth Tuesday, not 4 p.m., at least for the last couple of years.
Okay.
I would be interested, however, if this is a role that you want to continue in, I'm fine with that.
Okay.
Flip a coin.
Yeah. I do know that at least for the for that board, my assumption is they're meeting once a month.
Jeff, do we have another city representatives? There's 3 city reps and Ashley was, but I can't remember who's.
I think Latasha Deloche
Oh, that's right.
is on the board now, and we have a library representative as well. I'm not sure if that's Ellsworth or another representative.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll take myself out.
Okay. So Burgess Alter is taking herself out.
Okay.
Burgess, anyone else interested? All right. Burgess is appointed. K is self-supporting non-voting representative from Iowa City for the Schmid. And we just did this last month, appointed the city manager as the designee. Are we comfortable continuing that? I'm seeing yes. All right. And then I is Johnson County E911 Service Board. And that is Greer and Liston. But we're going to have to do something with Greer, right? It'll be the fire chief.
Yeah, and I just recommend that we have another person from our fire command fill that role. Eventually, the new chief would probably assume that, but in the gap period, I could fill that in-house if that's okay with council.
So are we okay with our city manager filling that in the interim? And then my assumption is we would have to revote once we have the fire chief to appoint the fire chief.
Well, if the council decides that it will be a city manager designee, then the council would not need to vote again. Presumably, the city manager would just appoint the new fire chief once that person is hired.
All right.
If
So
that's okay with council.
city manager designee. And then Chief Liston. We are on to, we have just about 6 more. So M is the Iowa City Area Development Board, ICAD. So currently we have Fruin and Burgess.
I'd like to continue my early morning meeting schedule with the,
So you're interested in this one?
yes.
Okay. Anyone else? Now we do have our city manager and then Weiner. I'm assuming Jeff, you're still interested in being on this one?
Yeah, I think it's important that you have a staff person as well on that committee.
Okay. Anyone else interested? So we'll go with City Manager Fruin and Councilor Weiner. And as Iowa City Assessor Evaluation Committee, I have been on this, and I assume we only meet once. Well, I won't say once a year, but we meet typically the early part of the year. I am fine continuing to be on this committee unless there's someone else that wants to do it. Okay. So Teague will continue. Partnership for Alcohol Safety, and this is the mayor co-chairs this committee with the University of Iowa Vice President Sarah Hansen. So I will continue this committee. And then P is the Graduate and Professional Student Government Organization. MIMS was on it before. Anyone interested?
I'm interested. I don't know how much, Susan's not here. I don't know how much, obviously, I don't know how much work it's entailed, but I'd be interested.
New counselors? Anyone interested?
It was something that looked interesting to me as well, but again,
Okay.
don't want to.
Okay. All right. So it sounds like Weiner. And then Q, Community Police Review Board Liaison. Currently, we have Weiner.
And I would appreciate handing that one off to someone.
Okay.
They are just, for your information, they're meeting only in person right now. I don't know if they will shift to anything, but they meet in person at 5:30 right now in Harvard Hall, generally on a Tuesday.
Is it monthly or biweekly?
Monthly, I believe.
Monthly,
That's monthly. Okay.
second Tuesday, typically.
There have been a couple of odd ones that they scheduled in. It's not particularly long because generally you sit through the first part of the meeting and then leave when they go into executive session.
So at least the information that I had when we first voted on this, and correct me if I'm wrong, but the council appointee was not expected to be in attendance. It was more so a person that can be reached out to should there be a need for some thoughts for council.
Right, I mean, I found it useful to be there so they knew who I was and I knew what they were talking about and sort of got to know the personalities on the board. And I think that'll be all the more so if we look at this evening's agenda and we're proposing expanding the board by 2 additional people. I mean, I just think it's useful. I didn't make it every meeting, but it's useful to get a sense for the group and how they function and who they are.
Okay.
But you have no actual role unless there's a question that arises.
All right.
I'd be glad to serve in that role, but I'm feeling like I may be accumulating too many committees.
Okay.
I don't know, Megan, you had voiced interest in the City of Literature.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to maybe take that one? And
If this one appeals to you more, 'cause
unless
I'm
there are
like-
others who want CPRB.
I was feeling like I wasn't stepping up, so whichever one you would prefer to be on, I'll take the other. How about that?
I'll take CPRB unless anyone else is interested.
Okay.
Okay.
And then I'll take UNESCO.
All right, so we're going to do a switch. UNESCO Board of Directors, which is J, will be Alter. And then we will have Burgess for Q, the Community Police Review Board Liaison. All right, any other thoughts or adjustments before we kind of move to make a vote on the committee assignments? All right, could I get a motion to approve committee assignments?
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Weiner, seconded by Taylor. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes 7-0. Could I get, we're on to item number 7, which is adjournment. Could I get a motion, please?
So move, Thomas.
Second.
Moved by Thomas, seconded by Alter. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? We are adjourned.